All right, welcome back. Right about everything, your top favorite geopolitical news talk show, weekly talk show. We're going to cover all the hot news. We're going to cover the Kansas City kerfuffle that happened right after the other Kansas City kerfuffle. We're going to cover the FBI informant who's probably should be on suicide watch.
Yeah.
Suicide watch does fuck all for anyone anymore.
But make sure you're allowed to kill yourself.
It's just funny. It's the name. You should have figured it out.
They just watch you commit suicide. That's what it is.
We're going to cover the Middle East school that created a leak. That's going to be a spoiler for some people. That'll be breaking news too.
That'd be cool.
Make sure you share this, like this, sub, and share it to all the people you know so we can piss them off too this weekend, talking about the Isle of Relevancy. One of the most watched events of all time happened. The Super Bowl, the annual event where everyone gets together around the tube and watch a bunch of dumb fuck adults play catch for billionaires. Meanwhile, you get 500 ads for Doritos, cars you're never going to be able to afford, and a bunch of movies that aren't going to be able to hold up to movies that were made 25 to 75 years ago.
But you get to cook good food and have snacks. That's what you just cook all your stuff yourself. You plan on, okay, halftime we're having this and this, and before the game we're gonna have this and this. And like this year, we had a whole bunch of crab legs left over from New Year's, right?
Nice.
So, and then we were gonna have people come over. Well, everybody wasn't feeling good. I'm like, okay, fine, don't come over. So my wife and I literally ate 10 pounds of crab legs between the two of us. Oh my God, we were stuffed with crab legs.
That's a good way. That's the right way to spend the Super Bowl.
So it was actually a pretty damn good game in the second half. The first half sucked. It was boring as hell.
Well, I watched. Someone sent me a link to watch like the last, not the last 45 seconds, but 45 seconds on the clock till the end. And I'm like, that's how that first stuff. I'm pretty sure that the whole thing's rigged playoff moving forward based on whose team is going to win.
It is.
Whose team is going to make the most ad revenue the most profits for the upcoming year. And that makes a lot of sense because you got Taylor Swift and her boyfriend, who I guess is like related to another sports player. And he's one of those he's one of those people of the future races or whatever they are.
Well, he is, and the whole thing. It looks more and more rigged. They weren't going to let the quarterback from San Francisco become a superstar all of a sudden.
It's a business.
It's entertainment. Wait a minute. What went to entertainment? What, about 10 years ago? It wasn't a sport anymore. It went to entertainment. It became entertainment.
Yeah, it is. I was wondering about this because right afterwards, naturally, you get a bunch of people talking shit about Taylor Swift. And you know what? Here's the thing. I remember, honest to God, this isn't just me playing the gimmick as a host.
No, I understand.
I can't. There's a lot of top rock stars, musicians, artists, I guess we're supposed to call them now, who I honestly can't name one song of. Anyone who's worth their salt when it comes to actual singing, any singing coach will tell you she just has a really nasally voice. There wasn't talent there. But incredibly marketable, and that's what she was there for. Asterisk right there. Her dad, as a lot of people notice, there's this thing about Merrill Lynch. I guess Merrill Lynch, like the hedge fund group or whatever the fuck they are. I guess
some banking thing. I don't know.
Yeah, Tom Segura's dad, I guess it was the VP of Merrill Lynch. I guess her dad was too. So I guess there's something about being the VP of a hedge fund. And I guess he created like Swift Group or something after that. It's like,
why not?
Here's the thing. It kind of makes sense when you think about like the whole spookadoo, you have to sacrifice your kid and you be famous. Like I wouldn't expect, if you see like the Eyes Wide Shut, everyone in their cloaks, I don't expect, Jason from the barista from Starbucks to be in there. It's like, who's that person? Jason from Starbucks? Nah. Oh, the VP of Merrill Lynch? Yeah, I don't need any evidence for that. That checks out.
Well, the thing is that she apparently, before she started singing, right? She was a songwriter. and quite accomplished.
She was like a kid.
She was a kid up until, till she was 18, 20 years old. She wrote songs that people had picked up and were singing, and then became a singer. And I honest to God, I have not heard one of her songs. And I'm a country western person, right? I love country western.
I couldn't tell you if it was her, and that's not to be dismissive, but the hate is the question that I have about it, where at the end of the day, like, I understand, let's bring this group of people, because women might be more higher earner than men in America moving forward by a little bit percentage, so they'll be spending things. They're the ones that go out shopping, have them come in, watch the ads. It all kind of makes sense. Not really, though, because what's the long-term chance of holding on to women watching football? There'll be some, and it might move the needle, but we'll see. The other question I got about it is, I understand hating the top star because they're the top most grossing star
ever.
I don't understand the hate towards her. I understand not caring about her music, but to me, I always thought the dislike about Taylor Swift was the fact that her fan base is obnoxious, which your fan, like, if your key demo is teenage girls, like, well, yeah, that's what they're going to be.
They're obnoxious.
That's what they do. That's that's not a surprise, but I don't understand why the hate's going to her directly. Now, I understand tickets being sold, young girls going to concerts, therefore the parents and chaperones, you sell at least 2 or 3 or 4 more tickets.
Yeah, so exactly.
March, like, I understand that, but I don't understand why the hate's going to her.
I don't know either, but Jason Kelce, right? The guy that she's with, right?
I thought Patrick Mahomes.
No, Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback. Patrick Mahomes is married, has 3 kids, and to Brittany Mahomes. Anyway, Jason Kelce.
Oh, big dude with the beard. Okay.
Yeah. He doesn't always have a beard. He just has a beard now because it's beard season, apparently.
All right, let's get past the Super Bowl part as quickly as possible.
Well, anyway.
Right.
He was like the best tight end in the National Football League. The guy's on his way to the Hall of Fame. There was no question. He started obsessing about Taylor Swift.
Huh.
And started going to her concerts. Because he wanted to meet her. Actually had bracelets made that he'd hand out to people to go, if you see her, give her this. And it had his phone number on it. Right? Oh. That's how fucking obsessed he was with this. At some point, she got one of them, found out who the hell he was. She called him. And this happened last spring. Not this summer, not this fall. They've been dating for like 6 months before the season even started. Privately, quietly. He actually had to move out of his house into a different house because people found out that he was dating Taylor Swift, who, to his unbelievable, he's like, what do you mean there's someone more popular than me? Right? Because his ego's fucking huge.
Right.
So now you got giant egos together.
What could happen? Imagine
what could happen. The rumor has it is that, well, she's done this before.
I mean, she has to get some inspiration for those songs she writes.
She's broken up with like 6 big name people.
That's it? I thought it was more than that.
It might be more than that, but then she writes breakup songs about them, and they go to number 1.
This is a business.
It's a business.
It's a
business.
The merchandise.
Look at the merchandise. I mean, seriously, that's what it's all about. So anyway. When's the breakup going to happen? After the marriage, because she's got to get married yet.
And before the album drops.
Because rumor has it that she's gay. From now on, ever in his life, he will be the person that dated Taylor Swift.
Congrats, bro. You peaked. You thought
He did it. So, good luck. Good luck to him. Whatever.
Speaking about money, speaking about how this is all a front for money, distractions or whatnot, right before the Super Bowl happened, the U.S. Senate unveiled a $118 billion bill about border security, but also aid for Ukraine and Israel. So they always like to push a bunch of stuff in there, and you don't really get to see all of it. So within the bill, there was of the $118 billion, you got 20.23.
That's nothing.
20.23 billion for border security, but also 60.06 billion for support to support Ukraine in its war with Russia. And of course, we cannot forget the overlords, $14.1 billion in security assistance for Israel. Aren't we already doing like 3.8 every year for 10-year deal? But also 2.4 billion to the U.S. Central Command for conflict in the Red Sea, because don't forget about that no one's talking about. And 4.83 billion to support U.S. partners in the Indo-Pacific region because China bad and scary, and another $10 billion to provide humanitarian assistance for civilians in conflict zones in Ukraine, Gaza, West Bank. So padding and funds going to the UN agency for Palestinians, not like they're ever going to see it.
So in other words, they're throwing money up in the air and letting whoever wants it grab it.
Well, they're trying to throw that, and this was announced, give or take a day on the 5th. So don't worry, you don't just focus on the football game, everyone. The game's coming up. You got the Swifties versus the not the Raiders anymore, the Bay Area,
49ers, yep.
But out of all that, we're gonna wait until the game's over.
Yeah.
For 95 billion of that to go through, so people will calm the fuck down. It's only $95 billion. Senate moves forward with Israel-Ukraine funding after vote on Super Bowl Sunday. The process could be expedited. 100 senators agree. No one's really going against it because
they voted on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, I guess not everything's closed on Sunday.
Well, apparently you can vote on your phone now. That's right. You don't actually have to be there. You could be in your vacation spot in the Turks and Caicos watching the Super Bowl and go, oh, vote's up. Hang on a second. Nay.
And of course.
Yeah. Of course. Okay, I'm in.
The same names we see everywhere. Still hours after the $118 billion bill was killed, Schumer stripped out the border terms and held another vote on the $79 billion no border version of the bill. So, everyone wants to talk about the border. Well, we'll put a pause on that $20 billion that everyone's talking about for the border. that maybe it could be more, maybe whatever. And we'll just take care of Taiwan, Israel, and Ukraine right now. Thanks, dude.
Well, did you hear the latest thing that's going on now in California?
Elaborate.
Yeah, there's a lot. I know there's a lot. Apparently, the influx of very fit young Chinese men are coming across the border.
What's a fit Chinese man?
Somebody that's in shape.
I've never. It's hard. I don't know if I've seen a fat.
Remember, we've talked about that the Chinese government is making their men warriors again.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they're starting to come into the United States now.
Huh.
And show up illegally. And apparently they show up and they go wherever they're going to go. So we're literally going to be taken over from the inside.
I don't know. See, here's how I see it. I see a lot more Eastern Asians buying up shit left and right.
Well, they already did that.
What I don't, not necessarily Chinese, but to me, that's how I see them having the most.
You finding something on that now?
No, there's just other crazy stories. There's a lot of stories.
And it all comes out of California. So I don't know what the hell you got going on or they got going on there, but everything that happens in this country is California. It used to be Florida.
Well,
everything's happening.
Well, it's like there's a lot. It's just weird. California has the most good going forward in some areas, and it has the most
weird shit going on.
Yeah,
but anyway, enough with the Chinese men coming in and taking over from the inside as little ninjas and shit like that. But
yeah, I think we can take any Chinese person coming over, but So I guess we've impeached Mayorkas in some WWE fashion. Al Green came and left his hospital bed. What the fuck is this?
What was that?
Al Green, who surprised colleagues when he showed up unexpectedly from the hospital after a recent surgery. He spoke briefly with CBS News from his hospital bed following the vote.
What the number at 30 entrance in the Royal Rumble? Al Green. Where did it come from? He's supposed to still be in his hospital gown. He's in his hospital gown.
I'm going to cast the deciding vote.
Out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Nobody on the Hill pressured me. I went there to help a good man keep his reputation.
Yeah, okay. No, he didn't.
What they did was wrong.
3 Republicans broke ranks, joining the Democrats, including California's Tom McClintock.
Who the fuck saw that coming?
You're not concerned about any political consequences from your decision.
When you're an outlier on a subject, you better be damn sure you're right.
The defeat marks a stunning blow for House Republicans who filed 2 articles that allege Mayorkas willfully refused to comply with the law and breached public trust.
And a few days later, he got fucking ousted. So
Yeah.
we'll see if anything comes
That's
from
done.
it. It's nothing ever happens.
I mean, the Republicans are looking like buffoons.
Mm-hmm.
And like big, and every day they look like bigger buffoons.
See, Mayorkas is a motherfucker that's got to go. Because what people forget about Mayorkas is he was one of those HAAS motherfuckers. He was on the board of that thing. What was it? The humanitarian. What is HAIS? Here we go. The Hebrew Immigration Aid Society. So I think there's a different group. I know there was a group. I think that was the group that Mayorkas. I think that was the group that helped Israelis or Jews in Germany and in Eastern Europe get to the East Coast. And then there was another group that is spaced in my mind that helped the Jews who were less wealthy from the East Coast take trains and whatnot to the Midwest, which also, I guess, ties into your neck in the woods. Those Russian Jews got over there. Who weren't the wealthy German Jews and whatnot. And those ones created the mob.
And they all live in St. Louis Park.
Yeah, it's before then the North Side.
It's now St. Louis Park.
Yeah,
They've got big apartment complexes filled with them. I'm not kidding you. I know this for a fact. But okay, so
or St. Jewish Park. So on the topic of Mayorkas and his history, beside the fact that he's half Cuban, he's also Jewish, and he's the head of whatchamacallit. Vice likes to say this racist great replacement is part of it's a conspiracy theory, and the GOP blames the DHS man on it. However, one thing they like to include is wait for it. Mayorkas briefly sat on the board of the Hebrew
Immigration Aid Society,
originally founded to help Jews fleeing pogroms in Europe, and today helps refugees at risk. So yeah, what's new? Speaking about those people, you were telling me the story about a Gabby something.
Oh yeah, what was her name? Gabby Tuft.
Yeah.
Well, that's her name now. But you were saying that 20 years ago she wasn't Gabby Tuft.
No. What's the is she in the news recently or something?
Yeah, because she started back into professional wrestling.
Is there recent news?
Recent, very recent, 10 days ago.
10 days. Well, geez. Oh, okay. Hold on. I gotta click.
29 days ago, the former star Gabby. Yeah. Anyway, so she's back into what is it? The
WWE.
Is it WWE that she's in, or?
Yeah, I mean, Vince left, but it's still WWE.
This is the
guy. Yeah, like we'll get to the story in a second. But on the topic of Vince leaving, if you haven't yet, go back and watch our Vince McMahon deep dive for 3 hours. One of our
still no footage on, no news on it at all anywhere. It doesn't come up at all. So it's been buried so far, it's ridiculous.
He'll come back. I mean, the whole scene's paying attention to it. But billionaire Vince McMahon beat the government before steroid accusations. But one thing he didn't beat was Slim Jim. And in honor of, before we get into the next segue, in honor of Valentine's Day being yesterday, us missing right about everything, here's a breakdown clip break everyone gets for a few minutes of Stone Cold Steve Austin beating the shit out of Vince McMahon in a steel cage on Valentine's Day, sometime in the 90s probably. In the checkout, you have all those things you could buy, and I saw the Slim Jim for $2.79.
Ooh, snap into a Slim Jim.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm anti-shitting on people. For $2 and some cents, I can support anti-shitting on people. Because if you think about it, Vince McMahon beat the government. But Slim Jim's the thing that took him out. Because so once they pulled sponsorships, they're like, dude, you got to go. But then I was thinking, as I'm eating the Slim Jim, what the fuck is a Slim Jim?
It's a shit machine.
And I'm like, do you know? I was wondering, do you know what the meat is?
It's the same stuff that's in Spam.
Do you know what it is, though?
No, I don't want to know.
I was wondering. I'm like, what is this meat? Because I can't put my finger on it. And apparently, it's everything.
Everything that's in. Look at that.
You have beef, you have pork, and you have mechanically separated chicken all in one, followed by, of course, salt and corn syrup and probably some soy in there somewhere.
And every chemical that you can give to mankind.
Yeah, there's a lot of icks and
wants to hold this piece together, wants to make this color proper, wants to stop you from shitting your pants when you eat it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, is this pork? Is this chicken?
But there is nothing better than a good Slim Jim. I still eat Slim Jims. I'm 66 years old. Fuck that. I'll eat a Slim Jim. Snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, so I guess there's your answer. It is a mixture of beef, pork, and chicken all at once.
But then again, I love Spam.
Oh, you are a Minnesotan, so
yeah, it's either Minnesota or Hawaiian.
Yeah, I guess there's that too.
And there's people that are like, oh my God, I couldn't even open up a can of Spam. Like, you guys are crazy. You've never eaten it. It's fucking good. Anyway.
Well, if you're ever in a war and you can't ship the blacks off to Alaska, you can always have Spam. So
yeah, don't ship it. But you know what? There's a huge problem in Alaska. But anyway, we'll get into that some other show. I'll look into it and I'll give you the details of what's going on up there.
Yes, time does not allow.
No.
So yeah, once upon a time, yeah. I mean, I remember fucking 10 years ago.
Tyler Rex.
This dude was jacked to the gills 10 years ago.
Look at him.
Looking like a hippie on all the gas you can dream up in the back of a Mexican hip. So you wouldn't really guess. I guess he's now 45 years old, now retired from wrestling, has lost 6% body fat. I didn't know he had 6% body fat.
Where?
And he's lost 280 pounds and completely changed his diet for becoming a vagina, Fox reported, or I guess for gender transition.
So what did they do with all the extra skin? Did they just tuck it in?
I don't know. Here's the thing. He faced psychological dilemma, experienced not so rosy nuptial tenure, and tragic family life. Here's an idea, dude. Maybe try to fix that first before you decide to flip-flop your outsides to insides.
And it just goes right back to what I've said from the beginning, and that we've talked about this on the show whenever this subject just got up. This is not anything but a mental issue.
Yeah.
That is it. It's got nothing to do with it. Oh, I was born this way. No. You have a mental problem.
You got issues, dude.
Yes. You have to go through those first.
Yeah, dude does not pass. Holy crap, this one talks.
Wait a minute. Interview?
I guess.
When I first met our first guest today, Gabby Tuff.
Can you hear it?
Yep.
She was a former WWE superstar in the early stages.
All right, wait a minute. I'm going to say something right now.
Sure.
You tell me how you're going to transform that into a woman. I mean, please.
Nothing short of magic.
Other than with the amount of steroids and gas that he was taking, his dick is probably only an inch long.
Yeah, I mean,
and so I mean, what the hell? I mean, you might as well. You aren't much of a man at that point, anyways, other than being huge, just not in the right spot.
Oh man, it was worth it at the end of the day. Dude, I'm just racing myself because it's like, oh, here's a woman, and just come. What if they come out? Because
I'm just gonna go. Ah!
No. Let me finish. This is insane. So, but it's like there's always the ones that's like, oh, this one looks like a woman or whatever, and then comes out with a fucking bass voice, like the deepest voice out of all deep voices. But the thing about steroids is you also get the kind of people who it completely messes with your testosterone, drains it out, and then all of a sudden you got squeaky voice in your 30s and 40s.
Again, a mental issue, but
yeah, a hormonal issue, and then adding hormones and shit doesn't. Maybe there's a steroid to tranny pipeline where it's like it already drained your testosterone if you got off the stuff, and if you're not on TRT, then it's like, well, then you're now doing this.
God. I suppose if you can't get it up anymore because you've taken so many steroids, you might as well go the other direction because, what the hell? Why not?
Well, there's pills for everything now. So the woman once upon a time was this.
That's what she was doing, or it was doing.
It was doing. I guess that's still it's always a he. I don't know what it's done after the fact, but once upon a time, it was this dude, and now let's see who the hell is coming out on stage.
I'm trying to play the drummer. I don't play drums very well.
All right, here we go.
Decision to transition to female. Take a look.
That was my first experience. My very first memory when I was 4 was me
What
sleeping.
is that?
Like I was pregnant, and then mom asked what I was doing, and she did, what every mom would do. My parents are wonderful. She's like, "Oh, that's girls get pregnant, sweetheart. Boys don't get pregnant." And then as I got older, it became one of those things where society and culture just beat it into my head that boys do not dress like girls.
I don't think that I've never seen the person got hit in the head with a chair, but somewhere there's a CTE story waiting here.
Do not act like girls.
Wait a minute. Who's this woman next to him?
Well, let's find out.
Yep.
They do. There's consequences.
That was Gabby with her then wife Priscilla.
Then wife.
Then wife. I got it.
What a train of events she's been on. Wow.
Wow, is right.
That's what? That's the series that's watchable. Not the tranny freaks. The wife. That's what Bravo and E should be doing, making a show about just how the wives are living with all this stuff.
Well, here's the other thing. Do you think God's sitting up there in heaven looking down going, shit. What was this?
I guess I didn't need to make that ballroom open. Yeah, I guess we didn't need to open that closet. There's not going to be that many people here.
I guess I screwed up one molecule. Damn it.
Almost 3 years ago. That was about 3 years ago. Back then, she just started hormone therapy and had a long path ahead in her transition. Tam fam, wait until you see Gabby and how far she's
Extreme Home Makeover.
and why the
Wrestler
title
edition.
of this show, Look at Me Now, it's more than words. It's a journey. Please welcome back to our show, Gabby Tuft.
He didn't blink for shit while saying that.
Good God. I'd be scared shitless. You could kick the shit out of anybody here. I know I'm still 6'6" and 200 pounds.
How do you feel?
I feel incredible.
I mean, you feel incredible.
Well, I was about to.
Yes.
Fucking
Wow.
I was about to say,
She's got fucking hands like a palm of basketball.
I'm looking at the specs, and Jesus Christ. Okay,
Oh my
time
God.
out. Well, yeah, okay, we'll play a couple more seconds of this.
All
Before,
right.
You've gone through a lot since we last
Yeah, you've been
saw
through a lot.
you. Priscilla, you all have since divorced, but you're still great friends. And
You don't say. You've since divorced.
co-parenting
I wonder what the breaking point was on that trajectory.
She was always prettier than me.
Yeah, we're in the process of divorcing.
the process
Yeah,
of
but
divorcing.
Best of friends.
And
yeah.
how old is Mia now?
She turned 12 a couple days ago. Yeah.
Mia turned 12 a couple of days ago.
Oh, yeah.
She refers to you still as
dad.
As dad.
Mm-hmm.
How has it been having her still refer to you as dad, but then go through the continued transformation that you
Hell.
I'm clicking through
Well, I
this
am.
now.
I'm
Oh
not
dear
sure if
God.
everybody-
continuing on your journey and you feel you're less and less clockable?
I mean, I know I'm clockable,
Right.
and that's part of it because I know what
What?
I am.
Clockable?
I'm not sure if everybody has
You're
that
missing some
perspective.
hair,
Everybody
dude.
know I am a trans woman. I wasn't born a woman. I have
Okay, come
Seeing
on.
you in person, because at the end of the day,
Click through.
whether or not you agree, it's whether you respect.
this was mostly male. It was 92% male demographic. And when I transitioned, alpha males don't like their alpha male heroes turning into a woman, which is totally understandable.
Okay. Well, first off, that's implying that person was ever a draw. No one really knew who she was the whole time she was working there. Or
She was an alpha male.
So here's not in the business, didn't draw a dime. But besides that, as you said at our entrance there, I went to the Wikipedia. First off, the most caricature picture that they could ever choose.
That's her?
That's him, yeah.
Yeah, it. And she didn't go for the little tits, did she?
No, 45 years old and still clocked in, or I guess it's 6'2", 246.
Jesus Christ, that's a big woman.
Now 210, and I don't know if that. That's probably still 210.
Wait, where's she live?
The Bay Area, born in San Francisco, and
lives in California.
Well, probably still, I assume. That's the end of this one.
Yeah, done. That's enough. Come on.
Speaking about Middle Eastern places, and women, Kazakhstan, they suffered a horrible leak. Apparently, there was a methane leak a while ago. That's a really big deal that people really should be paying attention to. But that's not the leak we're talking about. The leak we're talking about that happened in Kazakhstan.
One of the stands. Yep.
There was a list of female virgins that has been leaked online. Yes, they exist.
Must be a short list.
Yes, 190 students, their information were leaked. A scandal has engulfed the Al Farabi National University in Almaty, Kazakhstan, as the confidential data was published on WhatsApp, including their names, ages, phone numbers, and even tax codes of the victims.
Why would they list this?
Within minutes of going live, it was disseminated in multiple social media groups connected to the university. While it has already been deleted from some spaces, men are asking, who has the list on Telegram chats?
Where are them virgins?
It remains unclear why doctors collected the information in the first place, or if it was gynecological examinations at the university's medical center were compulsory. Women have been complaining about the incident and the repercussions they are suffering. One woman wrote, "Our personal data is hanging on every lamppost." Another hit out, in Kazakhstan, there's no concept of personal space and privacy. So, if you ever thought, so here's a go. Initial reports say the virginity status of at least 190 students has been leaked and can be viewed by their teachers and other students. So, there's an interesting thing that might come up at the next. They don't have Thanksgiving or whatever dinner. Hey, why weren't you on the list, honey? Why weren't you on the list? We saw the list. You know what I mean?
We saw the list. You're not on the list.
What's going on here?
Get up, move up.
You're not on the list.
You're no longer allowed here. You're not on the list.
30 lashings or whatever they do over there.
Whatever. I don't know what they do over there, but it's one of the stand countries. So used to be part of the Soviet Union.
So I don't know if that means all of them were virgins or not. I don't have the list, but just in case you ever wanted to.
Thank God you don't have the list. Can you imagine if we did that in the United States? It'd be a very short list.
It wouldn't be. That's kind of the joke. Is it would be easy to. It wouldn't be hard to find the list right now. But yeah, that's the thing. Is like in America, you just don't have the list because everyone's.
Well,
you know. Speaking about lists and people that are on a list, this FBI informant, damn dude, you got to run. Charged with lying about Hunter and Biden's ties.
Oh yeah, we didn't. I made this up. See ya.
Yeah, he's hate to be that guy right now.
Died in a car crash.
Yeah, he hung himself. He
shot himself in the back of the head twice on a park bench outside the White House. Yeah, I mean, you know, who knows? This guy. Someone's gonna get. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, the concerning part I saw was like there's one thing where it's like he talked to American feds and then he turned around and he talked to Russian feds and then like, damn, what a fucking life going back and forth trying to keep your story, dealing like knowing the president's shit, talking to Russian people. If convicted, he faces a maximum penalty of 25 years in prison.
He'll never even get to prison.
No,
die in an accidental drowning off of Martha's Vineyard, you know.
Ship him off to an island or something like that.
We don't know what happened to him. We haven't heard from him since what February 14th.
Yeah, this story isn't going to last very long.
No, it's probably not. It's not even a story anymore. It's
no,
gone. It's gone.
Archive all of them because this story is never
gone. It's gone. Every picture of him, everything to do with his family, everything will be gone.
What story? What?
What are we talking about?
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
You know where it's gonna go? He's gonna end up like, and you know what? Now is a better time to put him here than it was back when the mob was doing it back in the day, because apparently the water levels are way up since the Pineapple Express.
Yes, unbelievable.
Lake Mead, where you might find some bones if it ever hits dry again.
Not anymore. It's coming back up.
And it's only 30-some% of
it went up 7 feet though. That's a lot of fucking water.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
It's like when they said Lake Superior was drying up.
Huh.
That was about 10 years ago. Oh my God, the Lake Superior is drying up. The largest freshwater lake in the world is drying up because of climate change. Well, guess what? It's not, and it didn't. No. Guess what happens? The Earth goes through cycles.
It does.
Huh.
But I think you're right. I think you're right about the they're going to somehow find a way. We can't think of it. It'll come to us whenever the story comes about how to make electric cars more accessible. And then you'll see all these houses being built in suburbia. They're going to have more electric cars, which is good. But hopefully you need to have them bigger than a Prius because you need to be able to ship around your foreign friend that you get to adopt and put in your house, especially if you live in Boston.
Correct. Here it comes.
Massachusetts, Boston is running out of room to house migrants, and one Democrat city to start taking them in. She says Dedham, Wellesley, Brookline, cities and towns that have so much more resources than the city of Boston, people who actually have more financial support, we need to do everything in our power to make sure that we are setting them up for success.
In other words, vote you out of office.
I think everyone should be opening up their doors because this is a shared responsibility.
Grace Curley lives in a Boston suburb and is the host of the Grace Curley Show. And she joins us now. Grace, great to have you here. If I'm a resident of Wellesley, Dedham, or Brookline, I'm thinking, since when does your horrible sanctuary city policy, Councilwoman Mejia, create a responsibility for me? What say you, Grace?
I agree. And when we saw this happening in Martha's Vineyard, it didn't go well. That was in 2022. Martha's Vineyard, home to John Kerry and Barack Obama. When they received 50 migrants from Ron DeSantis, they brought in the National Guard. So this isn't going to be a kumbaya moment. This is probably going to create a lot of issues, and there's going to be a lot of unhappy people out there.
Yeah, and this is the genius of Governor Greg Abbott by busing migrants. He made this an issue for blue cities with progressive lawmakers who had previously called for open borders. And now a lot of Black residents, Grace, are angry. And because of this and the economy, those ones saw.
That's just what we talked about on the last show about the people in Oakland and all the people in Southern California. As much as you want to be pro-immigrants, all those other nationalities, all the other minorities, even though you're not a minority in California, most likely. Whites are a minority in California, but I digress. You have these people coming here, and now you have more Mexicans coming here, and these people, these migrants coming from wherever the fuck, now they're taking your Gibbs. So joke's on you.
Yeah. You voted for what you got.
Blue voters, some people say, are up for grabs, and Joe Biden cannot afford that.
In Boston, no less.
Yeah, and I'm so glad you guys brought up Melnia Cass, because that's a recreation center, and that was used for a lot of these young kids to go, and whether it's practice track or just hang out, that was a really important area in that community, and people aren't happy about it. And this is what's going to happen. And people were holding signs, why us? Why not Wellesley? And it seems like politicians now are starting to get that pushback from their residents, from their constituents, and they're panicking a little bit. They're doing things I never thought I'd see them do, like calling on these suburbs. And a lot of people who have signs on their front yard that say, hate has no home here, no human is illegal. Well, now they're going to have to put their money where their mouth is, it seems.
Grace, what do you think? What are people
Wait.
saying?
Remember all the signs up around Minneapolis after the guy fell asleep down on Chicago Avenue? That were like, all are welcome here?
Mm-hmm.
I bet there are not a lot of those out there right now in Boston.
Probably less.
In the woods. Do you think anybody will actually house these migrants?
No.
There's been a couple of local news stories about people in Brookline and other places taking in migrants. So some people aren't hypocrites. Some people say, listen, this is what I stand for, and I will take people in. I mean, it's not that many. It's not enough to handle the influx that we're seeing by any means.
Yeah, make a TV show on it.
Yeah.
There's money to be made. There's sponsors to be shown. Speaking about political turmoil left and right, there's the left getting a bite back. There might be another one with the misconduct claims on Fannie Willis. She's looking over the Trump case, and I guess she's being, I don't know what's happening. She's being called a whore or something, or she's dating a dude who looks over something and is not good.
Yeah. From what I understand, she's involved heavily in what's going on.
When the state was
Well,
able
it's
to
highly
follow
offensive
up.
when someone lies on you, and it's highly offensive when they try to implicate that you slept with somebody the first day you met with them, and I take exception to it.
It's highly offensive. Despite okay, we have to look at this.
I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive
Do not look any further.
into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
I don't know. I feel like there's some gaslighting going on.
Yeah, there's some
let's
definite
completely
gaslighting
lie.
going on.
Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth, Judge. And it is.
I'm the truth because I'm a judge and I say so. And also I'm a black lady, so I'm just going to speak louder than everyone else. And
That's right. If I talk louder and I got a bigger forehead, I'm good.
It's a lie. It is a lie.
The romantic relationship ended before the indictment was returned. Yes or no?
To a man, yes.
What's that?
To a man, yes. To you, no.
She's explained this, Mr. Sadown. She's explained this.
And did the forthcoming indictment have anything to do with that?
Oh,
Or was
that's
it just
right.
a coincidence?
She started having an affair with the lawyer that brought up the indictment. That's what this is about.
Now you know the rest of the story.
Let's go on and have the conversation.
I've just asked you whether or not it was a coincidence.
Had absolutely nothing to do with this. It's interesting that we're here about this money. Mr. Wade is used to women that, as he told me one time, the only thing a woman can do for him is make him a sandwich. We would have
Hold on. There we go. We got to get this.
brutal arguments about the fact that I am your equal. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion.
She waving her hand
And so
around like that,
there
snapping her
was tension
finger.
always in our relationship, which is why I would give him his money back. I don't need anybody to foot my bills. The only man who's ever foot my bills completely is my daddy.
Who's your daddy?
To help you.
Individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's racketeer influence.
The discrepancy could upend the case accusing Trump and others of conspiring to overturn the 2020 electoral results in Georgia. It's a doozy. Willis's former friend testified that Willis's romantic relationship with the special prosecutor began before she hired him to lead the election case.
Are you certain that Ms. Wade told you, Ms. Willis told you about the romantic relationship with Mr. Wade prior to November 1st of 2021?
Yes.
Now, did you also have observations of Mr. Wade and Ms. Willis?
Let's not talk about when you spent the night. When did your romantic relationship with Ms. Willis begin?
2022.
When? In 2022.
Early 2022.
January 1st.
He doesn't know his anniversary. Uh-oh.
November of 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Attorney representing Trump's co-defendant claims the relationship is a conflict of interest that would disqualify Willis from the case.
It's probably true. How much did she get paid?
The hearing this week will determine whether she'll be removed. I think it says some number here in a second. See if it says anything else. If she's removed, the case would likely not go to trial before November, when Trump is expected to be the Republican nominee. There was a number of 650 here somewhere. Okay, Willis and Wade's relationship was first revealed by Merchant, the attorney for Trump. An attorney for Trump co-defendant Michael Roman, a former campaign staffer and one-time White House aide. Merchant has alleged that Willis has personally profited from the case, paying Wade more than $600 grand for his work, and then benefiting when Wade used his earnings to pay for vacations the pair took together.
I'm going to give you a bunch of money, but then we're going to Jamaica and you're buying. Perfect.
Now you know.
God. Everybody, this whole thing, all these people up there, they're all fucked up. Everybody's got somebody's hand in their pocket, or they got their hand in someone's pocket. It doesn't make any difference. It's both sides.
I can't think of a clean one. We haven't heard a story of the good one. So
no, there isn't a good one.
No,
there isn't a good one. I mean, even JFK Jr., right?
The dead one?
His son, RFK, the one that we were hoping would take on Biden.
Oh yeah,
they got him. The wrestling match. They got him. He doesn't know which way he's going anymore.
No, I mean he's it's clear that they got him on something, but it's like,
and his family told him to shut up.
Why are you running for president?
Dipshit. Stop it.
He wasn't the smart one.
You're bringing the press to us, and we don't want.
Yeah, we just got rid of those
near us. We don't want the press anywhere near us.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to know. You guys don't. Nobody wants to know what we're still doing.
Yeah, keep it quiet. Like Mead's full. We can't do this anymore. What else? I think I forgot something. Ah, yes. There's as this is all going on, look the other way as Jeff Bezos has been selling $4 billion and $2 billion.
Yeah, you know what? It's been 3 years since he sold stock, and he's got to fund his space project.
Yeah, he remains nearly 10 billion short of reaching Musk's the richest person in the world. So
who cares? When you got $180 billion, oh damn it, I'm not the richest person in the world, but I'm pretty damn close. I think that's enough for me to do whatever I want to.
On February 9th, Bezos submitted a filing showing he has sold nearly 12 million shares worth about $2.04 billion. A few days later, on the 13th, he offloaded another 12 million worth $2.8 billion. So within a few days, he made 4.12 billion.
Mm-hmm.
So his shares are already worth a 163.6 billion. So I guess wait, hold on a second. So his net worth
currently
193 billion, which is compared to Musk's 202 billion. So I guess they're just playing fucking hacky sack trying to
just damn it, you got 10 billion on me. Hang on. But I had to take this out because I gotta fund this space thing. You know, Musk just launched a rocket to land on the moon today.
Oh, that's what he does for fun.
Yeah. I mean, they're like little rocketeers. You know, they got when you have that much money, whatever. You know, I'll do whatever I want to. I'm going to fund a space project. Then we're gonna populate Mars because that's the best place to live is Mars.
Yeah, it's a good way to tell people to fuck off. So just keep in mind, as everyone was talking about the Super Bowl and Taylor Swift and shooting and Black Crime and all these little peon problems, you got one dude worth 192 billion, one dude worth 200 and some billion. But if you want to talk about who really got the money, you got the government fucking throwing $100 billion at a time to Ukraine, and Taiwan. So the fuck all that they care about you for. There's the other side of the story.
You hear all these people about taking money from the rich, right, and funding everything else, right? We could take the money from all the richest people in our country, the top 10% basically, and it wouldn't fund our government for more than a month.
We could just take the top 10 and fix a lot of problems.
It wouldn't fund our government for more than 10 days.
Yeah.
That's how much money our government is spending. You're worried about what these two individuals are doing? Worried about what your fucking government is doing.
There's the kicker. We're giving all the fuck ton of money away.
Yeah.
We didn't do that. Maybe it would last a bit longer and we could actually do something. But you got Schumer going to bat for foreign nations who spy on us and blackmail us, and this is not good.
We'd have roads paved in gold if we didn't fucking give away our money. We would have electric cars because why not?
We might have electric cars, but we won't have roads paved in gold because black people will just steal it.
How about you just take the money that the United States has funded to Ukraine for the last 2 years now, right? In their keeping their military going. If they funded that back to manufacturers of electric cars, we're talking over a couple $100 billion. We'd probably have electric cars that worked. You give somebody a couple $100 billion, they'll figure it out. They'll hire enough people to figure it out. We're going to give it to the Ukraine to stop Putin from taking over.
You know what will happen if we had roads paved in gold?
What?
We begin only see on Channel 9. It's the season of property crime. Above and beyond. Good evening. I'm Raphael Puris.
And I'm Carla Ray. Tonight, deputies are investigating after someone ran off with an Orange County woman's driveway while she was at work. You heard that right. And now our Nick Papantonis is looking into the situation and why that woman
stole my driveway.
First possible time.
The family was already on the clock because they're trying to buy another house. They say this has put that in jeopardy.
Come home and my driveway's gone.
Amanda Brochu isn't exaggerating.
What used to be a concrete slab outside 1438 Bethesda Street is now a patch of dirt that she didn't ask for. Someone took her driveway as she was trying to get ready for Christmas.
Of all the things that you worried about getting stolen, did you think the driveway was one of them?
No, not at all.
Brochu says it all started when she put her home up for sale. Strange contractors started coming by, measuring her driveway. Her son counted 5 of them. One told Brochu a Tampa area man identified as Andre asked them to price out a replacement. Text messages supplied by the contractor showed Andre asking the contractors for an estimate and giving the Bethesda Street address. But Andre was out of town when this contractor asked for an in-person meeting and then cut off communication when asked for proof of ownership. Brochu called law enforcement.
After the cops spoke to them, they called me back and they said that he said it was a mistake. He just got the address wrong. Nothing else will happen again.
1 week later, this image from Brochu's doorbell camera captured a bulldozer tearing out the concrete and hauling it away.
Utter shock. I've never seen this before. I've never had this happen to myself or anyone in our office.
Real estate agent Rocky Sanchez is helping Brochu sell her home. She posted about the situation in a Facebook group for realtors and believes Brochu is the victim of a scam. But
you don't say.
You don't think? A scam? Hey, lady, I can put a driveway in there by tomorrow afternoon.
This is some Florida shit for sure.
Just stole her driveway.
It's not even made out of gold.
But neither woman knows what the scam is.
Had multiple people come forward saying that they've seen things like this happen, whether it be.
Listen, if you're bold enough to steal a goddamn driveway, I don't even if you need to do all the carny shit back and forth about I work here, or do you want this? You just know when they go to work and just steal the fucking driveway if you can do it that fast.
Driveways, roofs, painting, even outside the exterior. So it's happens more often than we actually see it.
Deputies have launched a criminal investigation into the situation.
It's the cat's fault.
People look out, everyone, for stolen driveway.
But Brochu needs additional
that cat
help.
knows something.
She says she just replaced the roof and made other investments and doesn't have the $10,000 she's been quoted to replace the concrete. If she doesn't fix the driveway and sell the home in the next 2 weeks, she'll lose out on the home she's under contract to buy down the road.
No one's going to buy this. This brings down the property now. And that just messes it up for me and my family.
The family is now trying to scrape together the money to pay for a replacement driveway. They've set up a GoFundMe to help them on that. We're going to put a link to that on WFTV.com.
Yeah, it looks like they got the money from the GoFundMe. So all is well in the world. They got
She got a driveway. Maybe she had someone, maybe she paid someone to steal her driveway so she could get a new driveway to increase the price of that house.
Yeah,
we're not hearing that story, are we?
You didn't see the other angle there, huh? It was a double thingamajig.
Yeah, it was. It was a double switch.
Yes, it's a whole damn circus. So yeah, 10,000. She got 13.5 grand. Selling her home, moving to a forever home. Single mom, worked hard to purchase the first home.
So in other words, she walked away with $3,500, got a new driveway.
Mm-hmm. Which I mean, after moving and all that, it's probably nothing. But
and she probably had a contractor come in and go, you know what, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to give you a hell of a deal because I'm going to use this as advertisement on my website that I was the one that helped you figure this out.
But that's why we're never going to have streets paved with gold in America.
That's true. Somebody's stealing. All right, man.
So there's today's show. I think we covered a lot.
We did good. We did good. You know, all you got to say is don't trust anybody. Everybody's trying to take your money.
Everyone's trying to make money, take your money, distract you.
Yeah. Look over here. No, look over here. Pay no attention to what this hand's doing. Watch this one.
Yeah, pay attention.